women don't understand one thing when they are young. They think they are always going to be beautiful and there's always time to settle down and choose the right person so they can make as many mistakes as they can, as they want to right now. But that has led a lot of women to the worst state ever, to the point where they might not even survive the next 10 years because in a bid to have fun and live life and explore, a lot of them gets hooked on many bad life choices that keeps them in a place where they can never be close to the kind of life they envisioned for themselves in the future. The kind of life they thought they would live when they are ready to settle down. A lot of them cannot access that kind of life again because they are so far away from where they were before, from their innocence, from their beauty, from their purity. One of the things that puts women in this bad state is addiction. Because when they want to explore, they see, oh, let's party, let's have fun. They see that as the main way to explore. But these things usually lead to a lot of people who don't make good choices. A lot of people in the crowd, when you go to places where you see a lot of people, that's a place that is likely to have people who don't have self control. And they will infect you with that. Because the people you associate with are the people you are likely to be like. So a lot of them are addicts. They're addicted to different kind of stuff. So that addiction, I know a lot of women that I've seen their stories where they were the main thing when they were young, like a lot of people were after them and they were like living life and eventually 10 years later or whatever, they see them on the streets, homeless, addicts, and their beauty all washed away by their life choices. So that's one. Second one is stress. When you come, when you go to that kind of life, when you have that kind of life of always exploring, enjoying life, you don't usually have the kind of peace and serenity that growth requires. You're doing crazy stuff to afford the lifestyle, but not just to afford the lifestyle, but just because you are addicted to that kind of lifestyle, you all you know is fun, and you're not developing the ability to grow things and be content, and that will mess you up right now, and it might mess you up for life because you have been raised with chaos, which you chose because they told you to choose it. You're always where things are happening, where things crazy stuff happen. You seek more. You're addicted to that. It's not only bad stuff like substance you can be addicted to. You can be addicted to a kind of lifestyle that just makes you lose more than you gain because you're distracted. So instead of choosing things like saving, like learning, like developing your own mind, you're just distracted, always having fun. That's not a very good lifestyle that a mother, future mother, would want to have. Also, the ability to bond and to cherish and to nurture, to grow things, you might lose that too. You get easily bored. So even if you're married, like oh, you choose marriage and then eventually you settle down, you might be it might be harder for you to be satisfied, and you might seek less positive things, less nurturing things, because you're used to chaos, you're used to drama. And when you say a good thing, you easily mess it up because that's the lifestyle you were introduced to before. To always act on emotions. You were never You never trained your side, your ability to be logical, to be more logical than emotional, to be more calm, to be less reactive, to be more disciplined. So the advice is just explore as much as possible while you're young. Nah, that's not a very good advice. What you should seek is balance. It's not good to be too extreme on either end. You don't have to be too disciplined that you don't have any fun, but you don't have to be so exciting that you don't know how to be grounded and you lose the ability and you just keep seeking things that destroy you. Yeah. So a lot of women who are beautiful right now, I keep saying it. Like within just a few years, she was very beautiful. Probably when she was 18, 19. By the time she's 20, 21, she's already her body's worn down by her life choices, by addiction, not just addiction, stress, by the products she use because she wants to be more beautiful because she allowed people to get in her head. Instead of her being natural, she used different products. Maybe she went to go and inject herself with Botox and all these things because you want to be have your choice. Even tattoos. You know how many people regret tattoos by the time they are older. They're like, I can do anything. Like, I want to explore. No. If you explore too much, you make life choices that will destroy you and you hate yourself. And you want to do that before you get married and bring children into this world. So you imagine the kind of baggage you are going to pass on to your next generation. So this is the idea that affected us, that made our parents who they are. A lot of them are abusers because they didn't get the advice to be more balanced and to seek self growth and personal development. No, they got the advice to be as nasty as they could and they explore freedom, leave home at 18, make choices, travel the world, and have so as much fun as possible. Nah, there's also fun in being grounded, and that kind of fun is more sustainable. You can still travel the world, but you do it with sense and you don't go to the extreme. That's why you stop generational causes. That's how you stop all this mess. You have to think not just in terms of yourself, but in terms of your DNA, in terms of your impact on other people, on your children. That's how animals think. I mean, that's how animals live, even though they don't think about it so consciously. But it just happens naturally. Not all the animals, but then that's how you have. I feel like that's why. Well, let's not get into that too much. That's another topic for another day. But we need to have preservative tendencies and the idea to be independent and to be as have as much fun as possible, especially the ones that the feminists are saying these days. It's like it's a self-hatred thing because if you continue with that part, you are literally offing yourself and your generations because you don't have nurturing spirits. You have a spirit to always destroy things and to always choose yourself over the collective good. And that's a way to off us because we are social beings. No, it's rare for organisms to just survive alone, right? Or maybe you don't care about the world again. Maybe that's it. So let's just know where this is coming from. Instead of seeing it, using it to convince young girls that, oh no, this is the best way to live. No, let's understand the motivations and let's understand the repercussions of this. It's against humanity, it's against progress, it's against life. When you just choose yourself completely over everybody else. I'm not saying you don't choose yourself, but choose yourself and choose the collective good too. And choose others too. Because that's how life works. You don't come you don't live life alone completely. You have to account for other people and make space for them. Plan your life with them in your mind. Plan your life with your children, future children in mind. Because when you get all this stuff, addiction and different things, it's going to tell your body and you're going to pass that through the DNA. You might not get the cancer, but you might give your children. You might not get, even if you get trauma, You might not get the trauma as much as high as crazy as, or you might be okay with the trauma that you will get, but you should not be okay with the trauma you pass on to your children because you have not healed yourself from all the fun you wanted to have and the way you wrecked your life. A lot of young women I see, just within a few years, I said, "Oh, this person is so beautiful, so fresh." Before you know it, because someone got in their head, they start using different makeup. Their face is already getting rough because they can't go out without makeup again. They look rough. They start getting so big because they eat so much and they didn't prioritize balance. They prioritize just enjoy yourself as much as possible and or keep chasing something. And when you keep chasing something, you are now stress eating because you chase this excessively and you didn't care about your own personal development and mental health. So now you are so big. Or you keep choosing men because of your emotions and you don't choose correctly. And now you have different abortions and pregnancies. Your body is telling your body. So it's okay to explore, but you have to deal with sense. There should be a balance to everything. Tables turn eventually. I just think, oh, I'm so young, I'm beautiful, I can do whatever. Tables turn for a lot of them. A lot of them end up on antidepressants because they have been traumatized by their fun. What do you think is out there, bro? Think everybody's going to be after your good, like people who are close to you? Although some people who are close to you are not after your good, but it's even worse out there. People want to use you, bro. When you're having fun, you think you're having fun. They want to use you. They want to get you addicted to things. They want you to lose your mind. They want to lure you with fun so that you forget yourself and they can use you as much as possible. You think they're not using you, but they are. Concerts are using you. You're using your energy. And they don't care whether you're getting addicted to something or you're drinking something while you're there or you have to drink something while you're there all the time. They don't want you to be as out as possible. Travel locations don't care. They want you to be away from your family so you can say, okay, what are these guys doing? Let me see. They're smoking some stuff. Let me go and try it out. Or people are getting tattoos over here. Let me do that. They want you to be away. They don't want to be grounded. So they are using your energy and they don't care what it does to you because they will never see you again. So that's what you choose over your family. Be ready. Not just family, over making better families or making better friendships that will ground you. That way you're choosing independence, freedom. You will eventually be used for profit. You'll be used. So you just have to choose where you are used. You can be used by your companies that want you to make money for them. Or the ones that want you to consume. You will just be used eventually. And there are a lot of companies, there are a lot of organizations, a lot of things that are looking to use your energy. The more divided you are, the better they can use you. The better they can, the more easily they can fly you to Dubai and offer you some crazy stuff that they'll never offer someone who's surrounded by loving people. So there's a cost to everything. So don't just think, oh, let me explore as much as possible. That's the best way to live. Don't sell that. Don't sell that to young people who have not developed their mindsets. Same way you say, oh, don't sell them marriage. Also, don't sell them recklessness because they've not developed their frontal lobe. Don't sell them that shit. It's not as if you are offering something better. You are not. You are offering like something way worse. So there should be a balance. I'm not saying everybody should just go and marry fast. I'm saying there should be a balance. There should be a balance of logic, sense, being grounded, and exploring. Because you're running away from being used in a family or by a man who is probably going to also offer you something good, and you guys can both build together. Nah, you're running away from that to be used by different companies, your energy, your youth for things you don't need, used by companies that want to sell you different things, different lifestyle, different kinds of beauty products. that are not really for your best interest. So the alternative you are choosing is not what it's praised to be. Yeah, so choose wisely, balance. You just listen to all these older people telling you, all these older feminist women telling you the extreme of the other side, which is just explore, have as much as possible, as much fun as possible, and be an individual and don't care so much about building with people. Nah, you have repercussions for that too. Yeah.